I feel like people like Russell T Davies get into the habit of lying when they get into interviews because it's just something that you do in the entertainment industry all the time. And this interview seems to indicate the same about Millie Gibson's exit from Doctor Who. Now, of course, she played Ruby Sunday in the recent series, and she was supposed to come back a bunch for next year, and now it looks like they're revising this, saying that she's only going to be in an episode or two, which is really, really interesting at that. I remember when I first broke the story that she was leaving, Bad Wolf actually corrected me on it, sent me messages, and then it came out a week later. They lied at that point. And then once I came out with that, I started getting a bunch of comments saying, oh, it's normal for companions to last 2 seasons, and she's almost there. Now she only went 1 season. So what's really going on here? We can only speculate, really, but what Russell T. Davies is saying is a complete lie here. And he also did another interview saying that he's doubling down on the woke agenda, which we'll get to in a moment. My name's John Delarose. Please give us a subscribe on the channel. Join our community here as we talk about great science fiction and, unfortunately, Doctor Who as well. But this is my novel, The Stars Entwined. It's part of a trilogy you can get on Amazon right here. The entire trilogy is available on ebook, print, and audio. If you want a good quality story in science fiction that actually makes sense and has a nice arc and ending, this is a great spot to go. Please grab this in the description below. And guys, thank you so much for supporting the books. Really appreciate you for being there. So as you get into this on the Mirror, the exclusive, Russell T. Davies gives a reason for a, quote, pause for her, and he pretends it's a story reason internally inside Doctor Who. Now, the fans were probably most disappointed by the build-up of this Ruby Sunday legend, which spun off into this stuff that made no sense. And then they had this whole time window thing they were looking at to try to figure out her origin and who the mother was. People were speculating it was going to be Susan from the original iteration of Doctor Who, and then it turned out, oh, she's just an ordinary person. Sorry, and it was like, what? Yeah, the last 10-15 minutes of Ruby meeting her birth mom, who then hangs out with the black ladies, and they all just are one happy family. Very, very, very much a letdown, especially given the fact that Ruby can do things like create snow out of thin air all the time. It's nonsensical. She obviously had some sort of superpowers, some sort of supernatural thing, and then we find out that her legend is is just it's just ordinary, and that was the deal. So big letdown after that build up, and so he's trying to, I guess, talk about her exit in a way to make that feel more relevant, and of course that's what they try to spin. In next year's series, there's a big standalone episode featuring Ruby reminiscing about her time as the Doctor as a flashback. That's going to be terrible. This is the thing they always do. You learn in Writing 101 that these flashbacks, these backstory things, these sidequel things, really are things that you edit out. That's the type of stuff that you leave on the table after your first draft, and an editor tells you, hey, this is boring, and the audience doesn't really need this information. Move on. But they keep doing this. They're doing this in The Acolyte, too, with episode 3 being a full flashback, telling us the information we already knew about the lesbian space witches and all that. It was ridiculous. But that's it. Then the story is about her and her family members is wrapped up in the season finale, but it's more about them than her. So her adoptive black family, which was weird to begin with, that was a weird virtue signal, it's going to be about them more in the finale. So I guess it sounds like she's only going to be in 2 episodes in the next season, which is interesting because they acted like she was going to be a big part of this, and that the Indian lady was going to come in about halfway through. Now, that with the announcement that they did like that before, it's kind of weird because now he's trying to pretend there's a story reason for it happening. But when they announced it before, they had already started filming the season. Now, you get further into this article and you learn that Millie Gibson has already moved on and gotten another job for the United States called a TV adaptation of the Forsyte Saga, and she's going to star in it. It seems like maybe her agent, this is my speculation, saw the writing on the wall with Doctor Who here that this was not going to go well, that the whole Gatwa gay black doctor was just going to be a big dud. And so they extracted her from this as quickly as possible. Now, that's my theory here. And so now they're scrambling, trying to figure things out and trying to rewrite things. And of course, now we have a Indian lady replacing the blonde lady for a full diversity season 2. I don't see this going well. I mean, if you think the ratings were bad for season 1, you take out the pretty blonde girl out of the whole equation. I think they're in big trouble. I don't see who's going to really want to watch this. But hey, I didn't see who was really going to watch this season either. It was really bad. Now, while this is going on, Russell T Davies is also going around talking about this show just being a gay agenda propaganda, which we already knew. Obviously, if you watch any of the episodes of this season, Nikuti Gatwa is prancing around like he's at a pride parade and running around crying. He's not acting like the Doctor at all. It's just a big gay fest. And then, to add insult to injury, we had the episode Rogue where he stopped everything, left his companion in danger, didn't care, and decided to go make out with a man because, that's what the Doctor does now. So clearly the character is just a self-insert for Russell T Davies' degenerate lifestyle. And that's exactly what he wanted to portray this. It's always a self-insert with these people. That's what the woke... It's about narcissism, 100%. And I'm saying this more and more. When you saw heroes on TV, like the Doctor, when you look at Tom Baker, you'd be like, I want to be that guy because he really he's smart, he's witty, he's charming, he's able to solve problems. That's what I want to be like. It's aspirational. That's what heroes are. But when you replace them with SJW woke heroes who are not heroes at all, it's about bringing down the hero to your level so they look like you. And so when you got somebody like Russell T Davies, he wants him to be like himself, and therefore he's doesn't act heroic. He just goes and cries in corners, and that's why the Doctor fails really at the end of the day. So that's the entire thing. He says it's all about being a gay man or being a queer person, and we knew this, again, 10 years ago, or even Queer as Folk 25 years ago. We were on the up. It was like good times are here. Now they're absolutely not. Well, wait a minute. What, you control all of the media, Russell T Davies. All you do is throw the gay shit in front of children's cartoons, like trying to manipulate the next generation into your lifestyles, and you're just allowed to do it. And if anybody criticizes you about it, they get fired. What are you talking about? Now they're absolutely not. The wave coming from America where they're trying to have legislation banning drag queens, that's going to come here. Yeah, because this shit shouldn't be in front of children. It's disgusting. You need to be in adult-only places and keep away from the children. Leave them alone. It's creepy. I mean, my gosh. This should not even be something that has to be said. But honestly, Doctor Who is a family/children's show. And so he wanted to throw this in here. He wanted imagery of drag queens here, which, incidentally, he portrayed as a narcissistic villain. They always have a kernel of truth to what they're doing. And then they had the gay makeout session, which, they're saying we want this in front of children. So it's weird. We might get a Labor government in the next couple of years, but that just means we'll have a very right-wing government after that. They're all waiting. The fear-mongering. They always say that it's like bigotry and hatred and fear. If you notice, that's all they live on is hatred, fear, and bigotry of just normal people is what it is. They've started the conversation in this country about banning abortion. Good. Babies shouldn't be killed. I mean, this is all shouldn't be controversial stuff whatsoever, but we live in psycho land where these idiots are on the internet just going crazy all the time. It started already amongst the right wing. So I think our rights are paper thin. Our rights, or your rights to groom children? Okay. The world is becoming unsafe, so I will always keep writing about that. I will always keep writing about male gayness. If people will have me. Well, hopefully nobody will have you after the dismal ratings and at the poor writing that's on display here in this awful season of Doctor Who. I mean, obviously Millie Gibson didn't want to have any more of it. She's gone. And so we'll see. We know that this is back for a second season. We know that he's writing a third season and planning it. However, the third season has not been picked up by the BBC or Disney+. It's up in the air from what he says. So, we can watch the ratings for next year and see how it goes. I don't think it's going to go well whatsoever. These ratings were already the worst in Doctor Who history, and it's all because of this evil nonsense they keep putting in front of families, trying to convert them into their religion. Woke is a religion. That is really what it is. All right, leave a comment down below. Why do you think Millie Gibson's actually leaving? It's obviously not, like, what he says is obviously a lie. Hit the like and subscribe button. And, of course, check out The Stars Entwined on Amazon and its sequels, The Stars Asunder and The Stars Are Rejoined. That link's in the description below. We'll be back soon.